I've been joined by Lindsay Adams, who's an expert of relationship marketing strategies from Australia, from Brisbane, an old home of mine. And I asked Lindsay how he stays in contact with his vast network. And it's a question I get asked a lot: how can you stay in touch with yours? So here's what Lindsay had to say. So Lindsay, a lot of people struggle because they have a big database, they're constantly meeting new people, constantly getting new emails, new contacts. How do you manage relationships when the numbers are so much bigger than we've ever had to cope with before?
Well, you see, here's the interesting thing, Andy. We all have lots of contacts. Even people just starting out in business know lots of people. Social scientists say that we all know a minimum of 250 people. I downloaded an app recently, and to tidy up my database in my phone, it told me I have 2,800 contacts. I was staggered. Now, here's the thing. When we have a large database, we've got to think about who are we doing business with and who's giving us referrals. If people are giving you referrals, then when was the last time you had a meaningful conversation with them? Do you know who those people are? Have you contacted them in the last 30 days, 60 days, 90 days? And what kind of contact did you have with them? If people are giving you referrals regularly, then you need to be in a deeper relationship with them, in contact with them more often. And if they're not giving referrals to you, well, maybe you need to be talking to them more often to remind them that you exist. 2,800 people in my database. I'm guilty, Your Worship. I haven't been in touch with all of those people enough in the last 90 days. So my tip for you and your listeners, your readers, your viewers, is to make contact with your database regularly, at least once every 90 days. And then figure out who's been giving you business and who do you want to nurture relationships with, and contact them at least once every 30 or 60 days. So it's really a matter of staying in touch. So, relationships is about relationships.
So would you have a general contact for every 90 days for the mass in your network?
Absolutely.
And then let the cream rise to the top where it becomes more personal?
Well, it's absolutely, you want to contact all of your database at least once every 90 days. But letting the cream rise to the top sometimes is an organic thing, and sometimes it's a manufactured thing. There are people in my database that I target that I know they work with the kind of people that I want to work with. And so I'm going to nurture those relationships more, because we can help each other. And think of it this way: if I help you, you will help me in return. It's the law of reciprocity. There's a great book written by a guy called Robert Cialdini. It's called Influence: The Psychology of Persuasion. You've heard it.
Fantastic book.
It's a fantastic book. It's been around for a long time. It's well researched and proven that if you help someone, they will help you in return. Now, you've got to do it from a giving perspective, not a I want something from you perspective. But you know what? Nurture those relationships.
That's great advice. Thank you very much for that, Lindsay.
It's a pleasure.